With the live adaptation of the Sandman comic series finally having a release date, people new to the series might be wondering what all the fuss is about, and for those who haven't read the series in a while, you might want a reminder on where some of these characters in the Sandman universe came from. One of the more central aspects of the story is the concept of the Endless, which Dream, aka Morpheus, aka the Sandman, is a member of. The Sandman graphic novel details the adventures of Dream after his release from a 70-year imprisonment and tracks his reaction to the changes in the world around him. He was trapped by a magician seeking to escape mortality by capturing death, but he failed and captured Dream instead. In his infinite wisdom to avoid more trouble, he continues to hold Dream captive for the next 70 years, creating an epidemic of sleeping sickness. This can be attributed to the fact that Dream, who controls dreams and nightmares, was trapped and was unable to attend to his duties as the Masters of Dreams. Morpheus is part of a group of entities known as the Endless. The Endless are a group of 7 universal concepts including dream, death, destiny, despair, desire, delirium, and destruction. These concepts, for the sake of the series, have been anthropomorphized into human-like beings that you see in the series. Dream is a tall, slim male figure with black hair and a big cloak. Death has leather pants and a tank top with piercings and a goth-like look. But the truth is that the Endless can look however they want, as is the case with Desire. Desire can be best described in modern terms as a non-binary. However, that is a modern viewpoint of a character that existed before the word was created. It's important to note that Gaiman since 2017 has since used the pronouns they and them when they refer to Desire. In the case of Desire, they have an androgynous look to them, similar to David Bowie, Prince, or Boy George, but in some cases can show as a man or woman, both or neither. Desire and Dream have a deep-seated rivalry, as Desire had once made Dream fall in love with a woman who left him for someone else. Despite this happening years ago, Dream still holds a grudge. This grudge against Desire creates tension in the room whenever they are together. Before continuing, hit that like button if you like what you're seeing so far, and subscribe so you don't miss my next video. Okay, for now, on to the next. I mentioned earlier that the Endless can appear in whatever form they choose, which is true, but conversely, these entities can seem different depending on who is looking at them. For instance, if we look at Death, arguably the most common incarnation would be the Grim Reaper.
This is impossible. I am the Grim Reaper, master of the forces of life and death.
Or in ancient Greece, it might have been Thanatos or Hades, Anubis or Osiris in Egyptian mythology, even Ogbunabali in some West African cultures. But it is important to note that the Endless are not gods or deities, rather they are innate forces that pull the universe together. They have existed before gods and are essential to creation and destruction of the universe. Marvel Comics has a similar concept in their universe with death, infinity, eternity, and entropy, all having represented different aspects of the universe, such as entropy, who represents destruction in the universe. The difference here is that rarely will these entities interact with mortals and are cosmic scale beings that drives the universe forward. This makes the Endless unique in comparison, as they have their own personality traits and will interact with small scale human problems in addition to larger world ending situations. It seems that we are going to see at least 3 of the Endless in the first season, including Death, Desire, and Dream of course. We may see more, but this is what's on the confirmed cast list so far. In terms of expectations, I do expect them to rework their story to include more appearances than TV shows. Their appearances in the first volume are sparse, so it's possible that they may include elements of the first 2 volumes. As far as I can tell, Netflix is putting a lot of effort into this series in terms of how the settings and visuals are, so I expect them to want to show off things from further in the comic series earlier to draw in more viewers. The last thing to note is the relationship between the Endless themselves. I mentioned about the relationship between Desire and Dream. The Endless have a bond that is more akin to siblings rather than a team dynamic, which is why the relationships between them can be up and down, much like brother or sister. In fact, there are many instances where they will call themselves as brother and sister, as often Death will refer to Dream as her brother. This is perhaps why in some way they have been able to establish a kind of familial bond, despite not necessarily being siblings in the traditional sense that we are used to. In the coming weeks, I'll be putting out more videos touching on concepts and characters to better help you prepare for the season premiere. But beyond that, take care and have an awesome day. Hey, why not watch that video over there?